This thing is crazy, dude.
Hey pilots, Drain Man here, and today I just might have the craziest video ever. We are going to take this X-Class drone, and if you don't know what an X-Class drone is, this is a 2.5 foot monstrosity. It is pulling 12S on the batteries, hundreds and hundreds of amps, over 50 volts. This thing is insane. Weighs a freaking ton, and we are going to take this drone, all of its powertrain, its voltage, its batteries, everything, and we are going to put it on this tiny itty bitty frame, and it is going to be insane. Is it going to look stupid? It's going to look stupid, but is it going to be dangerous? It is going to be dangerous, but is it going to be awesome? And the answer is yes. Yes, it is going to be awesome. All right, pilots, so let's dive right in. Let's get this built so we can get to the sky. I don't want to spend too much time on this. So this frame is a Project 399 Super G. And although it's absolutely gorgeous, it's very simple. And I think that although the arms are thin, they should be able to handle this amount of weight and thrust and power and just sheer coming out of it. So we're going to find out. As far as our motors, I've gone with these Zings. These are 3110s. What does that mean? That means huge. Look at this thing. It's a monster. And I'll show a comparison of just like a 2306. Whew. It'll swallow that thing whole. This is a big, big motor. Next up on the chopping block is going to be the ESCs, and this is important. We need to be able to handle all of the voltage and all of the amperage. And for our ESCs, we are going with the 12S Lucid TVS ESCs. These are some monster ESCs. I mean, I can just tell by the weight of this. But let's go ahead. I've got one open right here. We will pull this out, and oh my God. Look at this. This is huge. Pilots, look at the size of this thing. So let me show you a normal ESC. This is a normal single ESC, and this is the TBS Lucid ESC that is made and built for 12S, which is X-Class, or at minimum, Beast Class. We're talking 10-inch propellers, 13-inch propellers, big stuff. That is going to be fun to solder up, because that is a big girl. All right, so we're setting that aside. Last but not least, for the powertrain portion of this quadcopter, we need power distribution. And I found this Maytech. This is a PDB FC Hub 12S V2. And this is pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and open it up. Look at that. That is a 12S PDB. This is a 12S power distribution board. Oh my goodness, it's heavy. Look at the size of that. Good grief, it is huge. And then we're going to be able to wire up our individual ESCs. We can connect all of our connections right here. You've got BECs for days, you've got filtration, you've got your shunt resistors, so that way you know what kind of power you're pulling. You've got your connections. This is an absolute beauty. And I can't wait to mount this and get this puppy in the sky. All right, so that is going to be our motors, ESC, and power distribution. Let's go ahead and put that together, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, pilots, you talking about some serious work, some thick wire, lots of work, lots of soldering. This is not like doing a 4-in-1. Each ESC comes with a fantastic 63 volt, 330 microfarad capacitor that straps right to it, and you fold it over. You can wrap it on the bottom or wrap it on the top. I went with the top because I think it's going to look amazing. I'm just so excited. So it also came with heat shrink, which I'm very happy about. That's going to get me some insulation in between my carbon and my ESC. Once I seal that down, maybe I'll do a zip tie, a little bit of tape, something to secure these to the arms. In the meantime, I went ahead because underneath my PDB, I wanted to run my camera cable. So I've got my O3 air unit mounted. I've got my camera mounted, and I've got my antenna mounted, and then I've got my connector ready to go for my flight controller. What I need to do now is heat down this heat shrink, and that'll go ahead and get it nice and tight, and then I'll seal it off. I want you to take a good look at these connections, and there's a lot of them. So let me get you up in here closer, and you can see you've got your ground positive, and then you've got ground signal and signal all the way around on all of them, and tell me that's not beautiful. Now, we've got them all on, we've got all of our motors mounted, and those are big hefty motors, big hefty ESCs, and a big beautiful PDB. We are rocking. So the next thing to do is to go ahead and set these up. Then I'm going to put on my XT60, and after that we are ready for the flight controller. And as you know, I went with the TBS Lucid single 90 amp ESCs, so it's only fitting that I put in the new amazing TBS Lucid H7 flight controller. And this is a flight controller here that is just packed with features, and an H7 microcontroller, so it's going to have nothing but speed, nothing but processing power. It's got the insertable SD card slot, so you can expand to as much storage as you want. You've got all the connectors you could ask for. You've got OSD on board, you've got BEX on board, barometer on board, you've got everything you could ask for, and this is actually the bottom. This is not the top. You got to flip it over to this smooth, beautiful side, and it says right here, this side to the sky. So it'll mount just like that, bloop, and then you're ready to roll. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten these up, and then I'm going to mount this and get this soldered, and then we are pretty much ready. I got a little bit of setup, a little bit of fine tuning, and then we'll be on our way. So I'm going to go ahead and take these next steps, and then we'll move on to the big bucks. If you're curious, my O3 Air unit is going to support my brand new G3 goggles, and these are amazing goggles that I've got that I'm rocking with my DJI O4s, and I've got the all-new DJI radio. This is the Remote Controller 3. This is an awesome ecosystem with plenty of range and plenty of power, and that is what I'm going to run on this O3 Air unit. Alright, so with our quadcopter just about ready, we need to be able to power it, and we're going to power it with two 6-cell LiPos. And you may be thinking, well, these are 1300s, and if I put two 1300s together, I'm going to have 2600. And that's not right. We're not going to go up in milliamp hours. We're going to go up in voltage. When you go up in milliamp hours, that's in parallel. We're going to be going up in series. So that means these are going to still be 1300s, but we're going to be running at 50 plus volts on a fully charged pack. So I had to build a special connector because obviously that's not really something that you just have laying around. So if you plug this in, and honestly I need to check it, and if you're going to plug in something like this, please make sure that the batteries are within the same range. You don't want to plug in a dead one and a full one and alright, multimeter. Let's go ahead and see what we got. I'm going to light it up so you can see it. Hopefully you can. And these are not fully charged, but we should have somewhere around 50 volts. 46 volts. Can you see that? Alright, so connector is a check mark. Alright, so now the next step is going to be to fully charge these so that we can take them all the way out. And lastly is the quadcopter. Take a peek. She is in, she is ready, we are there. So the only thing left for me to do is put on the top plate, which is nothing more than a couple screws. I'm just going to drop this on and put on a couple screws. And then I need to go into Betaflight and just set everything up real quick, which should only take a minute. Look how big these ESCs are. They're so big, they're hanging off the edge by nearly half the size that they are. Look at that. They are double the thickness of the arm themselves. These are big boys, and this thing is going to run heavy. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into Betaflight. We're going to go ahead and set this up. I'm going to put these on charge, and then we're going to take this for a spin and see how she does. Alright, pilots, so I've got it done. I've got it built, and here it is. Look at this thing. It's freaking bananas. Because of the 2 6-cell batteries, there was just no way to stack them both and put them both on top, or try to put them both on the bottom, or put one in front of the other. It just didn't look right, and I could only imagine it would be very, very unbalanced. So the best I could come up with was a pack on top and a pack on the bottom. That's just gonna have to be what it is. And once I put these propellers on, I started getting a little worried, because this thing is a monster, and I don't even know what's about to happen, but we're about to find out. So I've got the in-series connector connected, I've got the packs on, we've got props on, and first steps first is to go ahead and actually do a little hover test. Make sure that it can handle the voltage and nothing's gonna blow up or catch on fire. And once we get from there, I'll just do a little maiden FPV flight, and we'll see what it sounds like, see what it flies like. All right, here we go. 12S power, first time power up. I'm scared. Oh my God, dude. The whole ground moved. Oh my God, I'm terrified. I'm fucking terrified. Oh my God, I'm terrified. Okay. Whew. That was scary. Listen to that thing. Oh my God. Woo. That is scary. All I did was hardly touch the throttle. That's crazy, no? Woo! Okay. I don't know why, but I'm terrified of this frickin' thing. Oh, look, a septic tank. I put these in every day. All right, I should probably bring it in and test the motors. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This thing means business. A little bit of wobbles, but oh my God, look at the speed. Look at the speed.